Hey everybody, and welcome to the Talkies from Carmen Line Studios. Three filmmakers talking about movies. My name is Kenny.
I'm D.
And I am Taylor.
Yes, and this week, it was a week for the ages. Something truly historic.
Truly historic.
So epic has happened. The Snyder Cut. We watched the Snyder Cut. I'm just going to throw out right now that I think a recurring theme of today's conversation might be that the story of the Snyder Cut happening is more interesting than the Snyder Cut. Can I just get that out of the way now?
I think that's fair. Yeah, I think that's fair.
So,
fair.
I'm also going to assume we don't have to give anyone like context of what this. It's just like so overblown, overhyped, over-talked about, right?
Yeah.
Everyone knows what this is.
Yeah. Not only was it like super hyped up, but then the marketing for it was super hyped also.
Seriously,
Yeah.
they went all in.
Yeah,
They marketed this harder than they did the original movie.
They did.
Yeah,
they really did.
All right, well let's just stick with our format and go with hot takes. Hot takes on a 3-year-old movie.
Yeah.
Starting with Taylor.
All right. I hate this movie. Oh, I hate it.
What? But it's everything everyone could have wanted.
That is the most surprising thing I've ever heard.
It's terrible. Absolutely horrible. This movie's honestly not even. I wouldn't even go as far as say that it's better than the original. I think they're both pretty much as bad as each other.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's my hot take.
Wow.
Hot take. That was scorching hot.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
All right. D, lava
Hellfire.
take. Lava take.
Yeah, so my take is I went in with very, very low expectations, and I had fun, actually. I kind of enjoyed the movie.
How dare you?
I know. I'm so sorry.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Yeah, that's my take.
My hot take is that like it is still just a horrible movie. It still is a horrible movie. And it's funny to me how drastically different of a movie it was. Like, I mean, some of the like plot points, character development, story arc, lore was dramatically changed.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And yet, I agree with Taylor, just as bad. Like, not any better. Like, there were qualms we had in our first review of this movie that maybe aren't as relevant here. You know, like Steppenwolf looked awesome. Like, I'm like, hey, he looks good now. Like he
was a little more fleshed out too.
That's good
He
CGI.
was a little fleshed out, yeah.
It's like better CGI. You know, his like motivation as a villain
was changed. Yeah.
You know, that, like these were all things we complained about the first time around.
Yeah.
And the fact that those were fixed did not fix the movie.
No.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Because
same exact thing.
Too many other issues were introduced as well. Like sure they did, like the movie doesn't have, like I see a lot of people online talking about like the Zack Snyder Cut's better because we don't have that awkward scene where Flash falls on Wonder Woman and it's like really sexually charged and super awkward and like just uncomfortable, and there's like apparently like Gal Gadot didn't want to do that or something like that, and there's some weird stuff behind that.
That's funny.
And Joss Whedon like insisted on it or something. and so that didn't happen, and so that's good. That's a good thing. I like that change. But like Flash still sucks. Flash is still an awful character. I really don't like Flash.
Yeah. There was, and then at the end, that like cringy bit where Superman flies in carrying a skyscraper full of people he rescued.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, like, massive change structurally to the story. But still, mostly what it felt like to me was just a completely, a very bloviated and contrived ripoff of Infinity War, and with really it expected emotional resonance from the audience for things that were not earned or gave like enough time or reason for things to matter. Like all these things, Zack Snyder loves just laying on like heavy, pop songs, like taking a popular pop song, really dramatic shots, and letting the lyrics of the song, come in and play an important part of what they're describing in the scene. Yeah. He does that, like Watchmen, that's his style, right? Yeah. So like it felt like someone took Justice League and made Zack Snyder tribute. Yeah, that is exactly what I was thinking too. It's a tribute. Yeah. But it was that same problem where it's like it's not giving me enough story to care about these characters and what's happening. So I had kind of an issue with this because like I said, I liked the movie. I did enjoy myself, but I liked it because I went in thinking about it like it was going to be a Zack Snyder art project, and that's what it was. It was just Zack Snyder being Zack Snyder doing his thing. That's a good hat to go in with. That's a good idea. And what was weird about it was that I was thinking Star Wars Episode 9. You guys remember when all of us went to go see that in the theater, and we walked out and we had the same kind of things where you two were just like, God, what the hell? And I was just like, that was fine. It didn't ruin my day. And so with this one, I was surprised that after 2 hours, I was like still hanging on, and I drank coffee to watch it. I did have to do that, but I was surprised that I was actually paying attention to the movie. That's how low of a bar that I was setting for this movie. And I enjoyed it because of that. It made sense like a musical video almost. Now, when it comes to the script and when it comes to the story, it's sloppy, it's stupid, and it's contrived, and it doesn't make any sense, I think. But if you're going in with wearing a hat, then I think it works out. What's funny was I thought Zack Snyder, the way he does his movies, really feels like he should be a music video director. Really should be. But he does music video segments of all of his movies. And turns out his IMDb, all of his first films were all music videos. There you go. Yeah. All right. And I had no idea. And I was like, wow. Well, so it can be quite effective, like in Watchmen. I really enjoy the way he does it in Watchmen. Yeah. But it's all, He goes too far in this movie. He goes way too far, and it's like I feel like his style has lost its edge in this movie. Oh, I would definitely agree with that. Yeah, I don't feel like it's him. Like I said, it's a tribute. Like a tribute. Yeah, like Watchmen has those moments, those music video moments that are, and most of them work. There's only maybe one or two that don't work, like that sex scene or whatever. And then there's this movie, Justice League, where there's that scene. This was the scene that pretty much ruined the movie for me. I was 100% out. At this point, I'm out, totally out. And it's the scene when Flash saves that girl in slow motion and grabs a hot dog and stuff. Oh, wow. Yeah. That was pretty early. Holy crap, dude. That is the worst scene of all time. That scene doesn't do anything. Can we talk about how shitty of a character Flash is? Yeah, of course. Holy crap. Did we talk about this in the first time that we watched this movie? I remember hating on him a little bit, at least. He's a terrible character. Yeah, listen to his... This is his fucking... this is his arc. His arc is... my dad's no good. My dad's in jail. I'm gonna bust him out. He doesn't want me to do good. And then, well, look, he pays. So it's a payoff. It's a setup. It's a one scene character development setup, and then the entire movie, he has no character development. The entire movie until the very end, he gives one line that is a callback, as if that was an arc. That's not an arc. That's right. So a setup and callback is not character development. This is the whole movie, though. This is what this movie is. Yeah. Now, help me remember. So those scenes where he goes to prison to talk to his dad, they cast Billy Gudrup as the father, which again, all of these new characters they plugged in, this movie is stacked with great talent.
Yeah,
No, yeah.
like Willem
Yeah.
Dafoe shows up.
Yeah,
Willem,
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
J.K.
Billy Gudrup
Simmons.
there playing the dad. That wasn't in the original movie, was it?
I think it was.
I don't remember, honestly.
I think I remember the scene where he's like, "I don't want you to waste your life coming after me." I remember that scene in
That
the
was
original.
okay.
Yeah.
Did he come back then afterwards and show him the certificate or whatever the fuck it was?
I don't remember that as much.
That was so weird.
It felt very weird to me because it seemed like his like you said, his sort of arc was that at the end he goes, "All right, this is who I am, Dad. I'm going to be the guy who saves the world."
Yeah, to himself.
To himself, right? And then he goes to his dad and it's like, "I got a job."
I got a job. Yeah,
Like,
what the
what
hell?
the-
He's like,
Yeah,
"Why aren't
that's
you
just
going
talking
back and
about.
saying I'm one of the Justice
You just,
League?"
yeah, you
You
just
know?
completely broke the arc. That was so weird.
I got a job.
Like a job?
My boy got a job.
And he's all
like,
excited.
yeah.
Yeah, like
no,
it makes
your boy
no
saved
sense.
the world.
Yeah.
I guess you
That
gotta
was so
keep
strange.
the identity
I would like to say
secret.
this. I did like this movie actually, like legit, genuinely better than Age of Ultron. I will say that much.
That's a weird
I don't think I
thought.
could go there.
I did.
I'd say they're on the same plane of bad.
Probably the same plane. I still like Star Wars Episode
If
9
this
better.
wasn't
which-
4 hours long, like I
thing,
don't
dude,
understand
yeah, why?
this
No.
needed to be that long.
Actually, I do have a comment about the length too.
Yeah.
I like the length a lot. The 4 hours. That I didn't realize until the last one. I didn't realize until now that the last one felt gutted. Like it really did feel like they missed a bunch of arcs. It still feels like they missed arcs, but like they wrote arcs that just were incomplete. Last time they wrote arcs that were incomplete. This time they wrote arcs that were broken. but they went the full route, and so I felt like I was more connected. Like freaking what's his name, the cyborg guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he had a much
like,
bigger role.
I was way more in tune with what his motivation was this time, as opposed to the last movie. He just seemed like a sad boy, and that was it. But like now he was
He's
a
probably the
instrument.
best character in
Yeah.
the movie.
He actually had an arc in
he
this
just
one.
might be the best character. in
No,
the movie.
the best character is Alfred by Jeremy Irons.
Yeah, his arc for the T.
He's good.
He's good. He's just the best character.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
Aquaman.
Aquaman's the best character.
Aquaman's the best character. I mean, did you see him? He drank.
That was a completely wasted Willem Dafoe, by the way.
Uh-huh.
It's like why is
He
Willem
was
Dafoe
awesome.
there?
Actually, I loved him in that scene.
He's good, but
Yeah, but that was because you were like, "Oh, it's Willem Dafoe."
Willem Dafoe, yeah,
That's
that's
cool.
it, yeah.
Except why? You could have played that part. But yeah. Did you guys think, as I did, that the epilogue scene was more interesting than the entire movie put together?
I forgot, what was the epilogue?
Batman, what turned out to be a dream, so who cares, because it
Oh.
was a dream.
I actually
But
just absolutely hated that
that
part.
was really frustrating.
I liked that. I was like, I wish this was the beginning of the movie.
Oh, I do
wish
wish that.
that's what-
I do wish that.
I wish that was the whole movie.
Yeah.
Can we do an entire movie in that universe?
That would be, yeah. that
That's
would
what
be-
I mean. It was,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, well, this is interesting.
It's what's
It was-
frustrating about that for me is because that's like some imagery and like things that they've been teasing like for so long. Like
Oh, really?
Since like Batman
like
versus
5
Superman.
years, like
Yeah.
5,
Oh, I
6
didn't
year
even know
thing.
that.
Yeah, and so like to get to this point and then it's still just a tease. I'm like, oh
Yeah,
my god, dude,
that
I'm done.
scene
I'm done with
of
this. dude.
Batman like wearing his trench coat with
Yeah.
a gun,
Yeah.
and the bug people first showed up in Batman versus Superman.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wow, that's crazy.
like,
Yeah.
like why can't they just make the movie we want to see? Like why can't they make like the good one? You know?
yeah. This crazy apocalypse where Superman's a bad guy.
That's what I want to see. I want to
Yeah.
see a bad Superman. That would be awesome. I know it's in the comic books.
And I would greenlight Zack Snyder to make that movie too. Like
Yeah.
that's a movie he should make.
Yeah.
I do like that idea. I like the idea where Zack Snyder, like in 300, like 300 is still my favorite Zack Snyder movie and probably will be
Yeah.
forever.
It's-
But
of his
300 has like such a, like it's the teeniest of like. There's no depth in that movie. It's all surface level. Now,
and it's perfect.
And it's great.
Movie,
it's awesome. Yeah, and it's. I love it because it doesn't feel like it takes itself seriously, like you're supposed to read any more depth into it.
Yeah, it doesn't pretend to be profound,
right?
Which this movie does
This
over
movie super
and
does.
over. It
Yeah.
like insists on being taken seriously.
Yeah, like there's very specific character moments where they're focusing so much on the arc that weird flash moment at the very end with his dad. Yeah, that was really strange.
Odd.
Yeah, or even with man, what's his name? The cyborg dude again. When he was doing the Unity thing,
And he sees his family.
Yeah, and then he sees his family. That was so cringy.
I know. It's like, why are we're going to keep just trying to force the sentimentality into this movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am in the opening credits. You know, again, I was going in. I knew very early this was going to be a bad movie. Okay, so I don't think I was jumping the gun too much and having this thought. But in the opening credits, and I saw the names of the production team behind this, and I go, oh my gosh, freaking Zack Snyder, Christopher Nolan, and Joss Whedon all had a role on this movie
In some way.
and it's the biggest disaster
That's interesting.
of all superhero movies ever made.
The dude who wrote the script, I can't remember his name. I would look him up.
Well, it seems like a lot of people are enjoying Justice League. Maybe we can hang on to that thought. 'Cause you're pulling it up.
The comment I keep seeing is that it's everything we wanted. It's everything we were hoping we would get.
Oh my God.
What? What?
Sorry. Chris Terrio was the writer for this. He wrote Star Wars Episode 9.
Dude, that guy
man.
is an auteur. That guy's an auteur right there. You can tell his fingerprint anywhere.
That's auteur. Oh my
straight his.
Oh my God.
He's the reason.
He wrote Batman v Superman
I'm
and
pegging
Argo.
it on him. Argo.
He wrote
what the-
Argo, so
He
he's
wrote
like
Argo.
Oscar nominated.
Who else wrote Argo though?
I'm sure other people wrote Argo. Oh man,
That's
this is
funny,
so
man.
funny. I want to keep looking at this.
That's interesting.
Oh, okay, so writing credits on Argo was Chris Terrio, Tony Mendez, and Joshua Behrman.
3 human beings put it together.
But still, Chris Terrio was the guy who did
there.
the screenplay, so I don't know.
I bet he contributed.
He should stick to drama.
That's so strange.
I'll just say stick to drama, buddy.
Man, that's I cannot believe that. That's because his arcs are broken in Star Wars Episode 9 also.
Well, they are both troubled productions.
That's what I was going to say.
True.
Think of this, though. Both of those movies are movies where they were handed.
Right.
He was handed a garbage fire and been like,
Yeah.
write this into
That's
something.
true. That's
Yeah.
true. Okay,
Maybe
maybe we're
he's-
looking at someone who's really talented, actually.
Yeah,
Honestly,
maybe he's like the
truly
cleanup
the-
man.
He's
the
truly the
cleanup
one who
man.
should be praised. Our hero.
Chris Terrio, our hero. Yes.
Polishing shit for us.
Anyway, back to the fan response, because like the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes is like close to 100% for
Wow.
this movie.
It is
It's very
it really
high.
is a
Yeah.
masterpiece too.
My my Facebook feed is covered with people just heart eyes on everything.
Yeah.
Snyder Cut.
So either all I can assume is that people were so sort of like demoralized from having the franchises that they love and care about just totally crapped upon,
right.
that seeing a lot of attention put on it and it taken very seriously
Yeah.
has felt vindicating and
Yeah,
good.
totally.
Sure. Yeah.
Also, fans kind of have some ownership of this.
Yep, it's fan driven.
Because
They started
it, like
Yeah.
that, and again, that's the
Of course
the
they're gonna
story
like it.
that's
Right.
more interesting than anything else,
Right.
right? And the fact that this is a runaway success excites me and terrifies me at the same time.
Well,
Because what comes now when studios start to go, I got it. We start doing what the fans literally ask us to do.
I was thinking the same thing when I was describing this to Amy. I was saying, this is basically Sonic the Hedgehog. What happened there with the fans? The fans said something, and then now we're making it.
Right.
I think is nuts. So
well, remember
fans are the executives here.
Yeah, exactly.
When the conclusion of Game of Thrones hit the air and everyone was so pissed off, the immediate response from the fans was like, we demand a remake, right? There was petitions with hundreds of thousands, right? That's the exact same thing that happened with Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. Everyone was convinced that Snyder had already made something.
Yeah, that it was in a drawer and he just had to release it.
He just hadn't released it yet.
They spent $60 million more dollars on production.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. That is absolutely nuts.
Now there's precedent set for if you fuck up your movie and people hate it, the audience
you can just redo it.
Audience is
so
okay with trying again. The audience is genuinely okay with trying again.
Disney wants a do-over with the Skywalker
the sequels,
saga.
Mulligans.
That's what I've been saying this for a long time.
Disney wants a do-over, and Game of Thrones wants a do-over.
I just keep doing it.
It's gonna happen, I think. That's what I mean. And I don't know if that's a good thing.
I don't like that. I was one of those people, obviously, with millions that really wanted to change Sonic's character in Sonic the Hedgehog, but I thought it was really stupid that they did it, that they actually did it, because I was like, that shows no artist integrity whatsoever. But weird thing about that is it was a business decision, and it was a business decision to make the movie in the first place, so it actually makes more
sense.
And that's what makes it happen, right? Yeah. So, I mean, this happened because someone at HBO, AT&T, Warner Brothers conglomerate decided there was money to be made,
and and they were absolutely right.
It looks like they're absolutely right.
Maybe that's really is the threshold where a movie stops being art.
Is it when it becomes business?
When not even that, but when it becomes our design that an artist, like someone made that original Sonic design, like I don't like that Sonic design, but the person who made it thought it was good, and everyone around was like, yeah, this is it, we're doing the movie like this is how it's going to be, this is my vision, and and it came out and people were like, no, that's not it. And then the executives were like, well, yeah, all right, it's not it, so throw your art out.
So now we have the tyranny of the audience.
That feels absolutely terrible. Oof. All that stuff. Okay, I'm gonna lose it a little bit. I'd rather think about this in a different way, where Zack Snyder got to kind of unleash himself in here, because I've never seen this. Yeah, I've never seen a 4-hour superhero movie. Right, I mean, unless you count Lord of the Rings, but I mean, 4 hours of this constant Zack Snyder art project is happening. That really caught my attention. Like, while I'm watching it, I'm just like, I cannot believe I'm watching a 4-hour movie that has to do with Superman meeting the Flash, meeting Batman. Like, that's really, really cool that that's happening.
That's where my expectations kind of got in the way, actually, because to me, knowing that I was going to see a director like Zack Snyder perhaps being self-indulgent, like that's exciting to me,
right.
And so is the idea of him basically having complete freedom on like time and budget, apparently. Right?
Like that's crazy.
And given the green light on the R rating. Okay. So
was this R-rated?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
And why? Yeah, who knows?
I don't know why.
A couple of gore shots.
Barely
CGI
anything.
gore. Yeah.
It had less CGI gore than any of his previous R-rated movies. Way less. Nothing
it's
like
because it's
300
shoehorned
or Watchmen.
It's not actually an R movie.
And
they
shoehorned it. So when I'm told, okay, we're going to give him a 4-hour movie, tons of budget, and an R rating, well, I'm like, that sets a certain kind of expectation of what I'm going to see here, and none of that was there. Like, I just saw tropey Zack Snyderisms. I didn't see him being like, I'm going to do whatever I want.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah, I do wish it was more that way. Absolutely.
Yeah. I didn't see any justification for the R rating.
No.
Where it's like, if you're going to make an R rated, like,
oh yeah, then do
Let's
something
see some
about it.
tits.
they did. You know what? They used 2 F words.
Oh yeah, that's right. They give Batman.
That's probably
That's so
it.
dumb.
Yeah.
No,
And it's so stupid.
yeah, like I don't know, Zack. I don't know. I really like what Zack Snyder can do with like, just like his aesthetic is just neat. It's just neat to look at.
Yeah.
And I wish, I don't know. I wish he would attach himself to someone who knew how to write, I guess, better. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, even this didn't even quite feel like his aesthetic. Like,
I don't know.
There
To
were
me,
parts where it did, and there were parts where it really didn't.
To me, it felt like it was Zack Snyder on steroids, but it did feel like it was, like you said, like a tribute. You know, it felt like it was just him over and over and over, like copy paste, as opposed to something interesting.
Yeah, like the worst of.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Worst stuff, Zack Snyder.
the worst stuff. In the previous one, I thought this was really interesting because I thought the biggest story flaw in the first movie had to do with Superman. And basically what it looked like was that you had a team of people who couldn't beat the bad guy without Superman. But if Superman's there, it's just no question at all. Like they literally are losing just because Superman isn't alive. And once he's alive, they win. And it was like just
so
no
therefore
question.
no tension.
And no tension at all. It's just resurrect Superman and now we win.
Right.
And I thought that has to be the thing that they're going to address in the rewrite, is make one, the bad guy a bit more formidable even to Superman, and 2, make the resurrection of Superman have more significance, story-wise. And it was exactly the same. That part was exactly the same.
I felt like the resurrection was exactly the same. I think, and Superman's motivation to do whatever he did was stupid, just like the first movie.
Yeah.
But what I thought worked was at least I felt the tension that they could win, that they stood a chance, without Superman. And when Superman came in, to me it felt like, oh well, of course he's going to come in. But it did feel like a bonus. It didn't feel like, well, finally, it's about time he came in. Like in the Joss Whedon version, it felt like they had no chance whatsoever.
That's true.
Yeah.
That gap was closed a little bit.
Yeah, it did feel that.
But it was still Superman is literally a god that has just like no flaw.
In all of these arguments that I present, it's a 1.5 out of 10. Yeah, instead of 1 out of 10. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I would say that I would actually say that the Snyder Cut is a little better than
I would say that
than the.
I mean, marginally, yeah.
Marginally. For me, it's really.
I think if it was lean, like if it was a bit more lean,
it'd be a lot better.
Like if he had done kind of the same overhaul, but kept it to like 3 hours, maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
Honestly,
then I could easily say it was better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would still be bad.
It's bad, yeah. It is bad no matter what. No matter how you slice it.
There's no question it's Zack Snyder's worst film.
Yeah. I haven't seen all those movies.
I haven't either.
I mean, the top off my head being Sucker Punch.
That's
freaking
apparently a bad one.
I like it.
Oh, really?
I like Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
It's a lot better than this. I'll put it that way.
That's up for debate.
Well,
Watchmen, 300. He did Man of Steel, right?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The only two the Snyder films I really like are 300 and Watchmen.
Well,
I don't even like Watchmen.
They're his only great movies.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. No, 300 definitely, but yeah, I don't think I like any of his stuff. He's
You should like Watchmen. You're stupid.
Watchmen's fine. I like the material, and I really like the way Zack Snyder presented it. But as far as the script goes, I think it's confusing and stupid.
It's a little flawed.
Yeah, but yeah, I just wish I feel like he should take himself more seriously. I think he has.
He should get out of
this
this
is so
superhero
strange
shit, man.
Well, what's that?
He's got to get out of this superhero shit.
Well, he does.
Take a step out of the cape shit, man.
He has two horror shorts, from what I can tell on IMDb, and they're both pretty good ratings. Like the guy does have like a filmmaker attitude about him, and you can tell it with some of the shots that are here. Like you can tell that the direction was said, hey, put the camera here, make sure we get this kind of shot. And he has a filmmaker aesthetic, you know, that he studied this stuff, you know, he has passion there, but it feels like he's being brought back, like he's being hindered to be Zack Snyder, like he has to be Zack Snyder because
like it's his marketing, it's like his brand.
Right. Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah.
Kind of like Michael Bay.
Actually, so this was the thing I was going to bring up was I was going to compare him to Christopher Nolan. What's weird is that Nolan does this thing that I think he does in all of his movies. Remains to, this is up for debate. But Nolan, I don't feel like really understands humans, like
that's
emotions. For sure. So when he writes or when he joins forces to write a script or something, the performances that he gets are like fine, but they're not. They're not super believable. And I feel like Zack Snyder has the same exact thing, but he has way worse scripts to deal with. Yeah. And so he has like this almost cartoonish, like this is the reason why I say Flash is like the most hilariously stupid character, is because he has huge personality, but none of it feels real.
Oh yeah.
Not even like comic book wise.
Dude.
Yeah. And both viewings of the original and this one, both times I felt like, are there like 2 or 3 Flash movies that I've missed?
No,
that I should have seen.
There aren't any.
I feel like that too.
Like what if I must have missed something here because they're suggesting I'm in love with this guy already.
Right.
Like just from the go, they're like, you love him. He's your favorite. You laugh at all his jokes.
They're like, just make him likable.
That scene with the hot dog that he got with the dogs. I was like, this feels like an AI generated joke.
Yeah, it does feel AI generated.
It does. That didn't feel real. Like I was like, who wrote this?
I was watching that and I'm like, this is 4 hours for this scene. This is why this movie's 4 hours, because of this scene. Unbelievable.
I'm kind of getting pissed off. This is me expecting.
You're like, I'm gonna fucking beat the shit out of Justice League. We're gonna go curb stomp him.
No, this is me expecting way too much and caring too much about something that is stupid.
Oh yeah, definitely don't do that.
This is not stupid.
So just throwing that out there now. But it's like I am just starting to get pissed off at all of these superheroes that have superpowers and are having this giant impact on the world, who our hearts are supposed to bleed because they're struggling to get work, or they have some kind of lower middle class existence that we're supposed to connect to them. I'm like, he has a secret lab, like filled with crazy technology.
Like he said, and he's good.
And he's trying to get a dog walking job. Right? And he's like, oh, here's my resume. It's all folded up in my pocket. I'm an average Joe. I'm a normal guy.
Yeah.
But you have a suit made out of stuff from the space shuttle and you save the world. Like, no, I'm not going to empathize with you. I am not.
Well, you know what? The rest of the Justice League don't really empathize with him either. Because Batman brought him on board just because he's fast. He didn't give a shit about him.
Every comment that Flash made, it felt like all the other people were just like, fucking, don't pay attention to that guy.
I also love that it seems like Bruce Wayne will like flex his like wealth power to help people when he wants to. Right? He'll be like, sure, Superman, I bought the bank so you can have, which is not a thing, by the way. Like, all you have to do is go to the bank with your money and they'll give you the farm.
Just buy the house.
You don't have to.
He's very wasteful with his money.
I'm going to help Superman, right? But I'm going to make the Flash get a job to help his dad in prison.
He's just a billionaire.
Like,
oh man,
it's par for the course.
Hey, I had a question. Was Batman v Superman the first Zack Snyder Batman?
No. Oh, well,
Yeah.
yes, Batman, yes,
It was,
but he
okay.
made the
See?
Man of Steel first.
See, that's key to one of the few foundational issues of Justice League is that the DCU is Man of Steel, Batman vs. Justice League, Batman vs.
Yeah.
Superman, which introduces Batman for the first time and introduces Wonder Woman for the first time.
Yeah.
And then the next movie is like Justice League.
Yeah, so we actually had this conversation in our review of Justice League.
Yeah, the first one, yeah.
And it is it's the real problem. That's the real elephant in the room is that DC wanted the prize without doing the work.
Yep.
Right. They're like, let's do the same thing as Marvel, except we won't do the same thing.
Yeah. They're like, Marvel's already at their team up movies. We have to catch up. Hurry. Team up.
Yeah,
exactly.
And the second movie after Man of Steel originally was supposed to be a Batman movie.
That's what it should have
And
been.
then they were like, "Oh, you know what?
should have been, yeah.
Let's make it Batman and Superman."
Blow my
and
mind.
they're like, "Well, no, we need to get to our Avengers as fast as possible." So, and now they're like, I don't know. Marvel does this too. They've got the Black Widow movie coming out, which is like back in time, but Wonder Woman's 2 movies that have come out since Batman vs. Superman both took place in the far past, the far past before. So it's sort of like retroactively trying to build out the universe instead of
it gets convoluted
piece at a time.
Yeah, that is really strange. I thought it was interesting that Martian. What's his name?
Martian Manhunter.
What?
Yeah, Martian Manhunter was in here.
What the random?
That was the laziest tease scene ever made. Ever.
And that was the most like I said, they did this 100 times, but just these moments of I expect you to think this is profound and it's like they're looking at the camera saying your mind is blown, isn't it? And I'm like, what?
No, it's not.
Why is my mind blown?
Well, you know what's funny is so I watched WandaVision and I don't like it very much. I mean,
really,
it was fine.
I'm shocked.
But man, it's a TV show and it's miles better than this. It's just weird to me.
Marvel is dialed. They know their audience really well.
Yeah.
And they're making exactly what that audience wants.
Usually their scripts aren't fundamentally broken. Usually.
That too. They're pretty solid on the fundamentals.
Yes.
Kenny, you saw Wonder Woman 84?
Yes.
I haven't seen that yet. That's not even Zack Snyder, is it?
No, it's not Zack Snyder,
Is it
and
Patty Jenkins?
is garbage. It is really bad. Like Amber and I watch the MCU stuff together. Like that's something I can put on the Marvel fanboy hat and get into
makes
that
sense. Yeah.
with Amber. We enjoyed
Fun time at the
WandaVision together.
Right.
Like
No,
we had
it's
a
exactly
good
that.
time.
It's
with
night
that.
at the movies. It's blockbuster
When
stuff,
we
yeah.
watched Wonder Woman, I have never seen Amber cringe that often. Like she was throwing shame at this movie, like just burning it. Like we were laughing our butts off. And it was sad because, not to derail us into a whole nother movie review, but I don't want to ask you guys to watch this film because it's so bad.
Might as well get it in here.
But seeing such a talented man as Pedro Pascal, right, playing the villain in Wonder Woman 1984, the part that was written for him and the way he's directed is so bad that you will be embarrassed for him. You just you feel so bad for him. You're like, I know that you're good. I'm so sorry this happened to you. Like you deserve better than this, you know? And Amber hasn't seen Game of Thrones, and so I keep telling him he's actually a good actor.
He's actually good.
He's cool. Like don't judge him for this. It was schlock. Like just awful. Just awful. Yeah, and DC just remain. Anyone who's out there shouting that like DC's redeemed or back on track because of the Snyder cut, I just gotta tell you, you are in for a world of hurt. The very next movie you see will bring you right back down. What is garbage.
Is there another movie?
I mean, I bet you if there isn't, I bet you 10 have been green lighted after this.
Oh, I'm sure.
Just because
after this,
it's getting so
they had a hit.
It's getting a little confusing because they're starting to
Splinter Universe.
Yeah, they're starting to get Splinter Universe, and their other universe seems to be making them quite a bit of money.
Yeah, the Joker universe.
Yeah, I'm wondering if this Batman movie will be that Joker universe.
Well, they're definitely going for the vibe.
It's
from what I understand.
Yeah, everyone keeps saying standalone, but
it's supposed to be more kind of have a much more grounded in reality, really gritty, hard R.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Batman
Matt Reeves
with Matt Reeves with Robert Pattinson,
Robbie Pattinson.
Yeah. So, and it sounds like that movie took a left turn in response to the success of the Joker. Because the Batman originally was going to star Ben Affleck. Benny right. Boy. It got recast at some point, maybe twice, but it sounded like it had fundamental story changes after Joker came out, and they were like, you know what, R-rated.
See, I would like to see them if you're going to develop out a universe, I would like that universe to be developed out with a Batman, a Joaquin Phoenix Joker versus a Robert Pattinson Batman. That'd be awesome.
I'd be down. Yeah. I'd be down. I still have very low faith because like that same kind of talk was around that Birds of Prey movie.
Yeah, well, the thing that
everyone's like, oh, this is so hard and crazy. And
the thing with the Batman is it's got Matt Reeves at least he's
been like
record.
Batting 1,000 lately.
His like Planet of the Apes trilogy, he did the last two. I think I don't know if he did all three.
He did all three, and all three were great.
All three are great. Yeah, and get progressively better even.
Yeah.
So I think he's pretty strong. So
and I believe he directed Cloverfield.
Oh yeah, he did.
Oh wow.
Yeah, which is one of my
first one?
The original movie.
The original. Okay.
Yeah, which is like one of my favorite movies.
Yeah. And I don't even know who directed Birds of Prey.
I don't either. But
no
my point is that it had the same kind of seriousness talk around it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? That you're hearing now around the Matt Reeves film. And maybe Matt Reeves will stand out in the way Joker did, and that's cool if it does. But there's still fundamentally poison in the well at DC Studios as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I'm glad though that that the film that seems to have gotten the most attention, or at least critical attention, was Joker, because it's not absolute crap, you know.
Joker's the only bright point outside of Nolan's films.
Right. Well, yeah, not counting Nolan. Yeah.
In terms of DC property.
That is interesting. I wonder why, because Nolan started this thing. I wonder why it's
when Nolan
on those.
Because when Nolan made his movies, the idea of a comic book cinematic expanded universe, that wasn't a thing, and he never wanted to be a part of that.
Right.
You know?
That's interesting.
He had this crazy idea of a story beginning and ending.
I'm sick. We've all said we're sick and tired of Marvel comic book movies. Like, by the time Thor Ragnarok came out, I think
I hate superhero movies, and I've hated them for a long time now. Yeah, since before Ragnarok, I lost interest in the MCU after the first Avengers movie.
No, I think that's a good thing right there, because the Avengers did what they wanted to do, and then it was just play off of that over and over.
Yeah, no, I felt like they were still trying to prove something up to that point.
Right. They were doing something cool. I was like, whoa, this is never
then it was riding momentum.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Yeah, they actually had something to prove, and then they didn't.
It's so interesting how like the the drive of the filmmakers and the risks that are involved, you know, in pulling off a project, always translates into the finished film.
Yeah.
Like the higher the stakes, the better movie you get. It just seems to, and as soon as those stakes are gone, it's just stuff just falls apart.
It does.
You gotta have a drive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You gotta have something to prove, something to say.
Who has someone shouting in their house?
That's me. That's me. Ryan's
all right,
over.
man.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, we just have to point it out,
Yeah.
so people. Yeah.
Yeah, I got my roommates.
There's someone having a drunken
over.
brawl
Yeah.
in Taylor's next room.
I'm sure it is drunken.
Well, I've got a weird question for you guys.
Oh no, no.
Okay. If you,
I don't.
if this movie was a pizza, what kind of pizza would it be?
Ew.
Dude, it's
my
really hard to
reaction
face
right
that.
away.
It's hard
Ew.
to face that question with this.
I think
one.
I got. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take a stab at this.
All right.
I think.
I got one too. Actually, that was easy.
Okay, I think this is when you go into the grocery store and you go down the frozen food aisle with the frozen pizzas and everything, and you see the frozen pizza that has like on the front of the box has like this amazing, super looking, you know, super fine photo of this gourmet pizza, and it's supposed to have all these like really good, like it's deep dish. It has a ton of toppings on it, and so you take it out and it's like this little square. You know, it's like a 5-inch square, and it has like some cheese thrown on it, like 1 or 2 sausages, and like a bell pepper. and you're like, what? I got this, and so then you eat it, and you're just like, well, I mean, I wasn't expecting this, but okay.
You're like, I'll eat it.
I'll eat it.
That's funny.
For me, I'm definitely seeing. I'm traveling in a faraway land, and it's very late at night. Everything's kind of closed except for like convenience stores, you know. And so you go to like a 7-Eleven, and they have like a frozen food section, right, where you can find a frozen pizza, and it's like knockoff DiGiorno, you know, or you know, it's like DiGiorno or something,
DiGiorno.
you know,
Deanie.
But you look at it, it's got sauce and bread and cheese, and you're hungry and tired, and you're like, it'll do the trick. You know what? I'm so hungry, it's gonna be great. And you go home, you go to wherever you're staying, you know, Airbnb, and you pop it in the oven, and then you fall asleep. You fall asleep, and you wake up to a smoke-filled house. And you open up the oven, and it is charred. Like, it is just charred, black, and hard. And you're so hungry that you force yourself to eat it anyway. And it is flavored by the saltiness of your tears dropping into this char. That is this movie.
And it takes you much longer to eat it because of that.
Yeah, it takes like 4 hours.
You have to like put your head in the sink of the bathroom and chug the tap water to get it down your throat. It's like a desperation experience.
That is a bad pizza. That's a bad pizza.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm pissed off.
Man, this is like dough, like a slab of dough and cheese, like a bucket of milk that's being turned into mozzarella cheese, but maybe it was like left out too long, so it's just like it's not what you want really. So it's a bucket.
They're like, the cheese isn't ready yet, and they're like, we're out of time.
and it's like, you know, the sauce is like sliced tomato. It's tomato in slices put like on the dough. It's put on the dough, and that's it. No seasoning, nothing else. And you're looking at it, and I'm like, I don't want to eat that. I don't want to eat that. I do not want to eat that.
That is harsh.
I don't like that. I'm looking at that, and I'm like, I don't like that.
It's gonna be so hard to swallow.
Like,
it's gonna get stuck in your.
Yeah, it's presented to you like that on a plate, you know, just in front of you, and you're like, I don't like that.
man.
That's what it is.
Like, what do I use a spoon? What do I do here?
Yeah.
And you eat it, and other people are just like going, "This is amazing."
Yeah,
It's everything we wanted it to be.
it's just like, I don't like that. If you like that, it's fine. I do not like that.
Yeah. See, our pizza is our truth.
Yeah.
That is the truth. And the fact the story of this happening is so interesting that it's overshadowing the fact that the movie is awful. That's the thing that's bothering the most, is that I think people are going in already deciding that they're going to love the movie because because by God, we did it.
Yeah.
Well, also they already saw it, so they're not expecting anything but better stuff.
People were satisfied they take that scene of Flash falling on Wonder Woman out, and people are like, yeah, this is a great film now.
Yeah. They got a new Steppenwolf suit. Oh, okay.
Oh, it's great.
10 out of 10.
Well, I got a question for you guys then. What kind of pizza is the story of the Snyder Cut happening?
Oh, see, that's actually
wow.
Yeah, that's probably a good pizza, but it would be like a very interesting,
very
pizza,
fascinating pizza. Yeah, you're
like,
wow, I've never had a
sushi
pizza like this.
Yeah. It's like a sushi pizza.
This is a
something
unique
like
pizza.
that.
Pizza that's like really invigorating.
Yeah.
This
is a special pizza.
Yeah,
That's special pizza.
Yeah. No, mark my words. This is going to have ramifications for some time. And,
Consider yourself marked.
And I'm kind of concerned.
And I'm wondering if
if
we're gonna get I wonder if we're gonna get a wave of like longer movies and see if longer movies get more accepted.
That's what I'm kind of
if they're
hoping.
dual, like it's okay for streaming, you know.
I'm
catered to streaming, even though it's on theaters.
I'm totally down for
I
that,
love long
but
movies, except this one.
But use it. But ask yourself why you're making a long movie and justify it, right?
Like we're gonna
give us 4 hours of a story.
Like, we're gonna let Ari Aster make his 4-hour zombie horror movie. Like, that should happen.
We need a 6-hour Dune movie.
Dude,
that's what we need.
Honestly, that would be awesome. That would be sick.
Yeah. Supposedly Al Pacino, not Al Shapino, his brother.
Al Shapino.
Al Pacino has some like 12-hour film that he worked on for like 10 years. That's just his. It's just self-serving. It's for himself, and apparently he's shown it at like film schools and stuff. And it's this like secret little piece of cinema that was just his art project. And
that's hilarious.
That like I green light that, you know. You're gonna be an artist. Take as long or as short as time as possible. If anything, the streaming world should break us of all of these rules of what a movie has.
That's what I did like about the 4-hour
window.
Yeah, like what?
Movie.
That famous Hitchcock
that
quote?
breaking of conventions.
The famous Hitchcock quote where he's like, a movie should be as long as it takes for the human bladder to be full or something like that, be ready to go.
Yeah, well, that doesn't matter anymore. I watched this movie over 3 days.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh no, I sat and watched it beginning to end on my tablet while drinking coffee and having a donut from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Yeah, I also watched it.
I'm reminded of back when we used to do short film roundup. A comment we used to make all the time was that a movie should be exactly as long as it is good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you can have a movie that's too short, right? Where like you had more good, that you could have put out there, and you could have a movie that it's like, wait, we have spent all the good. This should not be a feature. This should be a 20-minute movie.
Yeah.
And if nothing else, Snyder Cut should give people permission to break conventions. So there's the silver lining, and the happy moral. That's the lesson learned today.
I'm happy.
The more, yes. Thank you, Zack Snyder. Thank you.
Thank you.
But not like for the
Fuck
movie.
you,
The
Zack
movie-
Snyder.
The movie was really bad. This was a bad
Not
movie.
for the movie.
I hated this movie so much.
I like Zack
Indus,
Snyder. He's a
Kenny.
good person.
In Indus.
That is the with great pleasure. Thank you. I want to end us so bad. Well, here we are.
You
have
here
been-
first.
Oh my god.
You have been you have been listening to the Talkies from Carmenline Studios, where three filmmakers talk about movies, and we do that very thing every week. In fact, we're on a streak. We've been nailing it lately. Like, hey, pat ourselves on the back. Do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So watch out for new episodes every Friday on Spotify and iTunes and YouTube.
Where we usually
and-
cover movies that we enjoy.
Yeah. If you enjoyed hearing us bash on a movie that sucked, go watch our older stuff.
Yeah,
Our
Oh,
older
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
we used to do that a lot until it began to crush our souls.
Yeah.
Yeah. YouTube, our channel is full of much older
There's a lot of those.
those things. Oh
Yeah.
man.
But
Some
as
the
of late,
ones-
we mostly just try to watch movies we generally want to see.
yeah, that we like. Speaking of
Yeah.
which, who's making the choice next?
I think it's
choosing.
my turn.
Is it Taylor?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Taylor's turn.
I got a movie.
Cool.
Yeah,
You already
I
know?
do.
Is it gonna be Dune?
It's gonna be Dune. Denis Villeneuve's Dune.
No, not Denise.
Next week we're covering Denis Dune. My pick is Persona by Ingmar Bergman.
Dang, I've been wanting to watch this Persona. I think.
That's
Damn.
on HBO Max. So
Hell yeah.
Dank.
yeah, I've never seen it.
Can't wait.
That's the twist this time is I've never seen this movie.
Oh
So
yeah.
all three of
Breaking
us.
conventions. I like it.
That-
Doing
what
the
a-
whole Zack Snyder thing. I like it.
Yeah.
What a twist. What a twist.
What a twist.
What a twist.
Jeez. Isn't it cool how we're being led by such revolutionaries in our modern time? These convention-breaking heroes like Zack
Okay, we
Snyder.
need to end this. Yeah,
and,
Kenny is getting a little.
Let's talk about conventions. We got the San Diego
what's
Comic
his
Con.
name? What's his name that did episode 8, Last Jedi? Ryan Johnson.
Ryan Johnson.
There's another just breaking conventions, man. What a hero.
Knives Out 2. Let's do it.
Can't wait till he subverts Knives Out.
Knives Out Cinematic Universe.
Knives Out 2, Knives In.
Knives
Where
Out the 4-hour cut.
Oh,
Yeah, where you find out the investigator guy never cared. He never cared, and he didn't smoke.
what the
Lakeith
fuck?
Stanfield is the main character.
Yeah,
Just put him in everything.
I'd watch that. I'd watch that actually. Let's get out of here,
Okay,
guys.
That's enough.
I need to go drink
Me
a lot.
too.
And recording.